Hey guys, so it's been I'll be honest, it's been a challenging few weeks for sure. Um, for just a lot of different reasons. Business wise, I just got some difficult, but good feedback from my mentor because things haven't been shaking out as I had hoped and stuff. And so anyway, so it looks like I have to redo some things with my business, and I was just like, oh my gosh, I don't want to do the work. I don't want to do the change. Is it going to work out? All that kind of fun stuff. Financially, things have been, so because of that, financially, things have continued to be challenging, which, um, um, luckily, in the last week, I've had some great breakthroughs though. So it looks like I don't know, it's not complete yet, but it looks like I'm making headway to make sure that at least I get through the holidays, and stuff. Because, business tends to slow down during the holidays because people are busy with their families and all of that stuff. And of course, the holidays are coming, and as I think you guys know, I have no contact with my family at this point, so I will be spending them here, in my town. Uh, not necessarily alone, but definitely it's going to be a different season. Last year was my first season, and I had some friends, which was great, that I spent some time with. I will be honest, I was also dating someone, and that was really helpful. For sure, there's nothing like dating that that can get you through a tough season. So this year, it looks like that's probably not going to happen, and I won't be in that, and so so the idea of being distracted during the holidays in a positive way was, just something that's been stressing me too. And then also relationships. I think in this last month particularly, something just kind of broke in me that made me go, I'm just going to get these people out of my life who are not really that helpful, who it's just not moving or not helping me really move forward in my life. I don't come away from spending time with them feeling better about myself. And so I've been unfriending some people. I've been on Facebook. I even just had a really uncomfortable lunch with a girlfriend who just uh, embodies her sad, soft story every time we talk, and there's no moving forward with her. So I just told her, I'm like, I can't do this. I was really straightforward with her. So very proud of myself. And stuff like that, and yeah, like I've been, doing that, which is good. But at the same time, when you let go of relationships, there's usually a period of barrenness. And that's kind of what I feel like right now. Like, I think the last few weeks I've been feeling a bit barren. And because of that, honestly, my eating disorder started to kick in a little bit. And so, yesterday I was on the phone with one of my girlfriends in tears, kind of about it all. And I was just like, this it's not, I think there's a sphere in me that I'm backsliding and not moving forward, and I need to change my mindset about that and see that I'm transitioning. And so anyway, so I wanted to share about that because I think transition is an absolutely incredibly important part of our inhabiting ourselves. When we've come from families of untreated borderlines, we have, in order for us to move forward in our lives, we have to go through intense times, I think, of transition, and figure out how to do that successfully and not get stuck in transition. Because what happens, I think, is like, it's almost like being like on a trapeze and you're between two bars and you're in mid-air and you're like, oh my gosh, am I going to grab that next bar? Because I've never grabbed the next bar. Like, this is all new. Like, am I going to reach where I need to be? Am I going to become healthier, better person? Am I going to surround myself with the right people or better people, or in a better career, better finances, whatever it is, and when we've never done that, it's terrifying. And I think some people get stuck in transition. They get stuck in midair, and it's really easy to fall or go back to the last bar and just get stuck back in that situation, and I'll be honest, I've been wondering, like, even lately, it's occasionally the thoughts cross my mind of like, should I get back in contact with my family, and stuff. And so anyway, those are all incredibly normal challenges, I think, whenever we are transitioning in our lives from an old way of life, an old view of ourselves, and moving into a new view and a healthier life. So anyway, so there's some things that I think, some really key points that I think are really going to be, that are helpful for us to get through these times. And they're helping me out. And and that's the thing, like these last 3 weeks, even though it's been difficult, I've been practicing and incorporating these, points daily, hour by hour, gosh, sometimes every 10 minutes at a time, and thankfully, last night, I think I had the breakthrough. I had a really cool breakthrough in all of this, which I think is going to be helpful and helping me to keep moving through this time of transition, and stuff like that. So anyway, so first off is, I think that when we think about transition versus backsliding, there's a really good analogy, and I learned this in college, that, we can see our lives, we can't see our lives as a staircase, where we just keep going up, because it just doesn't quite work that way. But we don't, and so it's really more like a spiral, like, like we're at the top, we've learned, we've hit the peak, whatever, in this season that we're in. And then we start to slide down, we start to struggle, and stuff like that. And then we reach up again to another height, and it's better than it was before, which is cool. But then we go down again, And the thing is that we never go, though, as down as we were before, because we can't. We're stronger, we're wiser, we have figured things out, further in our journeys and stuff. So even though it might look like we're backsliding, we're not. We're just going through a normal phase that we have to go through in order to get to higher results and better results in our lives and stuff like that. So anyway, so another thing too is replacing our old story, our old thoughts and feelings, our old reactions to stuff, with appreciation, and instead an appreciation of the time. I know, for example, right now, like I'm single, and it is going to be, it can be challenging, of course, for me moving through the holidays this year, without, that, special thing, in our lives and stuff like that. But that doesn't mean that, like, I'm not, but I refuse to let myself go, like, oh, that's just because I'm not dateable, or because I'm not attractive enough, or whatever crap I used to tell myself, it's like, that's not true. Like, instead what I can do is, like, April, I can appreciate this time, because it gives me an opportunity to love on myself more. It gives me an opportunity to think about the kind of guy I want to be with, or the kind of guy, the right guy for me to be with, and to, be grateful that I'm not being distracted by the wrong guys in my life, and stuff. So, and having them out of my life is kind of empowering, and stuff like that. So anyway, so just trying to appreciate as opposed to replay the old crap, and when I can't do that, when I can't appreciate, the one thing that I am doing is just learning to just drop the old thoughts and drop the feelings. So, the last few weeks I started taking like 2 showers a day. And what it's been doing is it's just like when I go into my bathroom, it's like I am not allowed to think about whatever's stressing me out. Like I just shut the brain off, and I, just stand under the water and just breathe. If that's all I can do, I'm like, look, I'm giving myself 15 minutes to just not do anything, and that's great. So anyway, and so during times of transition too, this is where we have an incredibly important critical opportunity to love on ourselves a bit more and focus on, things that we can do to value ourselves more. So for me, example, the showers have definitely been that for me, of like I'm taking showers and to love on myself better and stuff like that, so yeah. And then the other part too, I think this is really huge, is when we are moving through a transitional time where we're trying to get to a place that we've never been before, maybe nobody in our family's ever been before, and stuff like that. I think visualization is absolutely, it's absolutely critical. I think it's really what you need in order to make it, and that we visualize, what we're, what we want, and also really feel it and think about it and enjoy that daydreaming that we're doing, and stuff. So I'm doing now every morning 3 daydreams that I go through, and I actually then I'm starting to replay them at night too, to help me kind of keep calm, and stuff like that during this time. So anyway, so the first one is visualizing myself and just going like, like, April, like, you have it together. You have it together. Like, you are fully capable of figuring this stuff out. Like, you are figuring it out. Like, you are totally, attractive, and, the sexy, vivacious, whole woman that any guy would be so damn lucky to be with, and stuff like that. I also visualize, to, like, my family, like, me being at home in, a lovely little home, and where I'm working, and and my husband coming home, and what that would feel like, and how easy it will be, and gratifying, and how he'll be a whole person just like me, and we'll have this great, loving, empowering relationship together, And then my last one is actually for my business, and I'm visualizing, us hitting our 5th year anniversary of the business, and that I have the funds for the business to actually take all the team to the beach, and that I visualize myself like on the beach with a glass of wine, with the rest of the team celebrating, like, look, we made it to the beach, we did our first team retreat, and it's successful, and it's because we're really helping people, and we're the services are profitable and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, so I'm visualizing and feeling it, not just like, oh, it would be nice if, and I'm also like making sure that I'm not doubting it, or that I'm not questioning it, or also even going like, well, is that really going to happen? Like, how much would that cost if I actually did that? I'm like, no. I'm not going to think about the details of it. I'm just going to feel it. And I think that helps me put my game face on for the day, and make the right decisions, and be in a better place to be open, and able to go after the right opportunities and things like that, and stay the course. So, and I think that's just true, because I think that trusting ourselves is a huge part of transition. Gosh, we have to trust that, ourselves, and that the support we have, if you believe in a higher power, that you're trusting that higher power, that the people that are speaking into your life who are positive people for you, and that your own intuition and gut is helping you take the right steps towards the right direction, and stuff like that. And so, yeah. And then the last piece I think that's been really helpful for me is just celebrating every little thing that I do that's a new win, every little thing that I'm doing to improve myself. Like, when I catch, for example, this week has been a little frustrating with my team, and stuff like that. Of things that I'm like, why do you need my help with this? Why can't you use common sense and just figure it out? And I've been getting like, I got frustrated, and stuff. And I'm like, but I didn't convey that in my email. Like, I was very calm. I was very, polite and very, tolerable, which is really great. And I thanked them. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's a huge little win. It really is. And I'm going to celebrate that and celebrate that I'm getting better at handling my stress. And the reason why I'm getting better at handling my stress is I'm doing all these different things during this time. And it's just really great, and it's cool. It's fun to celebrate every little thing, because I think that when you celebrate every little thing that you do, even just waking up and going, I'm choosing not to feel like crap this morning. Like, I'm going to wake up and think about all the things that I have that are great. I'm going to think about all the, the people in my life that are wonderful and the things that are working out. And you know what? I'm going to celebrate the fact that I thought that way this morning. I think things like that completely change us, and really help us to overcome the stuff that we've gone through, or the stuff that we've experienced as, adult children of borderlines, and, help us to just continue to move ourselves forward in our lives and prepare ourselves for when we do grab that bar, the next bar, when I do, get the clients that I need to make my business stable, that I do, whether it's meet the right guy, or I'm just so content with myself being loved by who I am and loved within myself. Whatever. Boys or no boys, life will be fine. Whatever it is, we're getting through the holidays and stuff, and just knowing that, sure, the holidays are going to be probably a little wobbly, but it won't be the end of the world. So, so anyway, so in all of this, I can easily say, like, last night I had a major breakthrough. I had YouTube playing and stumbled onto this Carol Burnett documentary, and something in me just triggered this, like, I do believe that it was God speaking to me that was like, you should do some improv. Like, you should do some improv classes. And I thought, well, maybe there's something going on during the holidays. And sure enough, super affordable improv class. It's going to be 8 weeks, starts in 2 weeks. Going to run right straight through the holidays. I'm going to be meeting new people. I get to be witty, creative. I get to be challenged. And I get to laugh through the holidays. And I'm like, that's awesome. Like, this is great. Like, this is exactly what I needed. And I would not have taken those steps if I hadn't been in this time of transition, where things are barren on some level, and I need, and I'm looking forward, and I'm moving forward, and stuff like that. So anyway, so I hope for you, you're able to figure out some of your own ways to kind of deal with whatever transition you're going through, whether that's, cutting your borderline out of your life, or going through therapy, or dealing with whatever difficulties or challenges that are coming up, and especially the holidays. Please put down your thoughts, ideas, your own tips, on what you are doing to make your this time, as smooth as possible, and that you are believing that you can reach the next level of becoming a whole person and stuff like that. So anyway, I hope you have a great weekend. Thanks.